All right, let's see if this thing is going to work. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio. All right, well, I got a thumbs up. Hopefully that means drop a comment there if you can hear the audio fine. How's Tim been running? Hear you, sweet. All right. So Tim's been, Tim's been running course 1 week solo. I brought home, we brought $3,800 for the truck, which is I think for solo. Um, told him I wanted to get home time. Told him I wanted home time from the 14th to the 18th, leaving on the 18th, the morning of. Basically, stay Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rolling out Thursday. And, he got me to actually got me a load coming out of Louisville. No, actually, where was that load? I can't remember exactly where it was or not. But anyways, he got me home in Saturday. The only crappy thing it was I had to take the trailer back to Louisville. I thought that was kind of a waste of time, but it is what it is. But International is working. How's the International working? You like it? Yeah, I mean, I have any problems with the International, man. I'm getting good gas mileage. 8 loads ranging anywhere from 38 to 43,000 pounds. I'm getting 8.6. So I can't complain, man. I'm actually, so I got back in the truck this morning. Picked up my O1 was in Grayson, Kentucky. It was about 100 miles from where I was. So I picked it up and my money. My thing, it doesn't even deliver until 4 p.m. tomorrow. But they have overnight parking. I've tried to check in early, so they said they see what they can do. So I'm just chilling. The wife was going to come down since we're pretty close to Louisville. My house is, but this is actually on the when I say Indiana, because you can go across the river and be in Indiana. This is more West Louisville, right on the Ohio River. So I'm just chilling. I got all my essentials back here. You got enough power? Yeah, it's got plenty of power, man. I mean, the Freightliner, you're gonna take the good with the bad on the hills, but overall power, I mean, I have no issues with power. Had a couple issues with the I think it was the trailer more so than the truck, as far as had to go out there and move the release today to hook up this trailer. It was kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time, and so I hit it about 3 different times. Didn't work, so I went out there, lowered it down a little bit, messed with my release. It locked right up. Um, Tell you what, I got some ratty tires on this trailer here. when I did my pickup, I let them know, man, it's about time these bad boys be replaced. They, hey Harmony, they slick as baby's ass. I mean, they slick almost. I mean, they got a little tread on them, but they the slickest tires I've seen. So home time was good. I got a video that's now put out right before I went live. So check it out. Little shenanigans. Yes, definitely rides better than the Freightliner. It's got some pros and cons. So the thing, and I'll do a different video about this. Um, so I heard, Stefan, you end up getting a 2020 Freightliner. Is that right? My first week is I cleared over 2,000, and last week thinking I may make $300 or $400 where I went home early, but I had everything, truck payment paid, all the permit stuff paid, and still brought home $600. Um, so I was pleased, and I didn't even run 3 days. Some things. Tim's just not very personal, like Chad said. He mentions it quite a bit that Tim, he don't like to talk on the phone or whatever, but he can be. I think his messages sometimes come off a little snooty, but it might just be I'm reading it differently the way he's putting it out there. I don't know, but overall, hey, just keep on sending me places, get me some money, make it worthwhile, and you won't hear any complaints from me. How you liking your new Freightliner? How you liking your Freightliner there, Stefan? I tell you what, guys, when I went out the refrigerator in, let me got the refrigerator in, got the bins up here, man. I got totes out the wazoo up here with essentials that you need and all kinds of good stuff. So I was pretty excited about that. Yes, he's been pretty cool, but haven't screwed yet. Love the Freightliner. Hmm. Is it ride any better than Freightliner? Suspension any better, or is it still like freaking shaky to death? Yeah, rides nicer than the bags. Nice. That's good. I'm hoping that these Volvos will start rolling out here pretty soon. I wouldn't mind ordering me a Volvo when it's time. I think get that. I guess the out of the shop quick enough. But hey, if you ain't got to be in the shop, that's even better. So one thing I will tell you, who was it asked me over here? Hey, what's up, Adrian? Let's see. He was it that asked Michael. Okay, Michael. So let me tell you what I did, and I haven't had any issues yet. So I felt my transmission slip 3 times. I called in, well, message road assist. There was a message that came on my screen that said, please stop immediately. I don't remember what the hell it was. It was something to that effect. And so I sent him the code in as far as to road assist. And I said, hey, this is what's going on. And she said there's either two things. So there is damn, Steven's rolling up in here fast. So there's two things. So it may need a software update, or she said I was not cycle through with Chad. You know, you turn everything on, everything cycles. You have to let the transmission and the transmission will go off. The little engine transmission light will go off. Then you can start it. Since I've let everything cycle through, I have not had any issues. I have not even had a code. I've not had anything as far as nothing. So that seemed like to be a fix. Maybe it was just me that was doing it wrong, and I'm okay with that. As long as it's fixed and it's rolling, hey, I'm good. But so far, so good. Not had any issues. Damn reefer is louder. I don't know what. We got some meat on here up here. The lineage. I've had bad connection, so can't really type well. Yeah. Where you at, Stefan? Yeah, I got some new juice when I went home, and it's pretty crazy because hold on a second. I don't know if you guys like McLean in Danville, Illinois. Oh, nice. There's actually a big McLean in Nicholsville, Kentucky, which is probably about 25 minutes from the house. It's a big distribution center up there as well. Hey, Kyle, what's up, man? So I got this right here, Taste Toucan Mango or Tango, Toucan Tango, and it tastes just like freaking Fruit Loops, man. I mean, like seriously, it's like you're smoking cereal. It's pretty crazy. And my eyes itching. But yeah, so I got my refrigerator and everything in here. I was kind of bummed that my camera wouldn't work that I brought with my Surface, but the quality look on this. This is just basically my Surface camera. Doing a live stream on my Surface. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. So the quality look good, or is it pixelated, or tomorrow I'll be rolling out as well that of some footage and stuff. I got me a dash cam. I kind of got all these things. Got this right. Got. I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but this is the local Paris, Kentucky. They make this, man. It is. Speech is breaking up a little. Yeah. Streaming from the phone. They limit you now from, if you ain't got 1,000 subscribers, you gotta do it on your this is the best beef jerky I've ever had, though. Beef jerky is those sausage links from Cattleman's, the spicy, are really good as well. I'm not too big of a fan on the not a big fan of that, but the spicy is really good. But I think I'm just going to chill here for a little bit. Go in there in the morning, see if we can get out of here, get another load on the table, and rock and roll. What's really good that I can say that Chad really kind of gave me some on running your own truck is the cool thing about this, guys, is if you can get to your 90 and they have overnight parking, like for me, my appointment is not until tomorrow, the 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So, and you may say, man, why are you there so early? Why don't you just go to the pilots or whatever? So, one of the things that Chad had really, instilled in me, and it's really good now that I have the refrigerator and all my, food and drinks and all that right here. Where I ain't got to worry about, getting out and getting something to eat or whatever. But you don't have to start your clock to make it here. So sometimes that can be a huge thing on your clock. When you start your 14 hour, no matter if you're off duty, you're 4 hours on your 14 left. You only got 4 hours. So it's really cool that I can be here. And of course, once I start backing up and to the dock and everything, then you got to log in and show that you're unloading, because it's going to be a live unload, another load, and be able to run that same day, versus just sitting there and burning up your clock, because the pilot was 50 miles from here. Well, this Kentucky's some hills, so you're probably looking at an hour. So I've already wasted an hour of my clock by looking at Love's, Pilots, or wherever it may be, driving in. Then even if I go off duty, check in, do all that stuff, smoked up an hour and a half, 2 hours of my 14-hour clock. So being able to be right here and just roll over there and not start my clock until I'm starting to back into the dock, it's huge. So, and Chad used to wear me out on that right there, because I didn't understand why he was doing what he was doing. I understand, because right now, at the beginning of the week, where I've got a fresh clock, I've got 70 hours. I've got basically, I did a total 34 reset when I went home. So I've got a fresh clock. So you really don't start noticing your time on 70 until about, the fifth or sixth day. Then that fifth or sixth day, when you start getting stuff back, that's when you start going like, man, I really screwed this up. And luckily, my very first week last week, when I went on home time, I still had 20 hours on my clock and was getting back quite a bit, 7, 8, 6 hours. So I still was good. I'm sure it's clock. And I don't know. Yeah, company thing. I don't know. And it may be just, beginner's luck for me, but I was getting some pretty good time back. The only thing that screwed me was when I had that beef loin, waiting on the claims department, waiting on it to find out where it's going, having to drive 2 hours away, then checking in there. It was a headache. It was a nightmare. But it was a good experience. So, you got to take the good with the bad. I thought it was pretty cool. But when I started getting that time back, that was 3 hours, 4 hours, when that screwed me up, that's what really hurts you, because that was get 11 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours. So I still haven't quite get back on my 8th day. So tomorrow I'll get back today as well. So that's how I think it is. But what I thought was a little crazy, I guess, where I drove after midnight, one day I got over 11 hours in, and I carried over where I drove early in the morning, then late at night. One was after midnight. That's the only thing I can think of. But Got my trusty old thermos here. Made me some coffee this morning before I rode out. Okay, still piping hot. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I fixed that thing this morning, probably about this morning. And it's already 7 o'clock here, so 13 hours. That's all right. That's all right. Man, there ain't nobody up in here. I got one Stevens Transport over here, and they got Adrian. How's orientation going? Anybody can hear me still or not? And he said my speech was breaking up. Let's see if we can't flip this camera around here, if I can know how to do that or not. Yeah. No, but just muting it. It don't look like I can flip it around. Oh well. Oh well. Is everybody gone? What's everybody doing? I'm just gonna be chilling all night. I can still hear you, but speech and camera footage is breaking up. Nice. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks, man. Brought the TV. Gonna throw some antenna up here in a minute and see what stations I can pick up. It's weird because my son's watching. Kyle Johnson. Who's your son, Kyle? My video on this side looks excellent, but there's not any pixelating, but that just may be just the program. I don't know. Giovanni, he's only 2. Nice. So Kyle, you drive or you work for Prime? Long day hauling cement. Just took my drug test today, starting class on the 29th. Nice. It was kind of weird. My wife was getting her hair done before actually the day I came home, and the lady that was cutting her hair was a family friend, and she said that her cousin just applied for the CDL and got accepted and is going out, in a couple of weeks. I think they're waiting for him to be turned 21, so they're waiting on him. But my wife said, "Is it Prime, And she said, "I don't have a clue." But end up being, she messaged her later and said that ended up being Prime is who it was. So, but that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Uh, your PSD phase is going to be cakewalk, but your TNT phase not so much. They're planning to do a team or train. Been in and out of the hospital and the heavy equipment operator, but I'm interested in Prime. Well, I hope you're better, man. In and out of the hospital ain't no good. My uncle actually, I lease. Yeah, Scott. I'm a lease operator. My uncle. So our ever drove before, Scott? Are you going to be coming in without your CDL or anything? I'll tell you what, man, I love coffee. Some people can drink coffee, does not bother me. Drive before, but let them expire. That sucks. I got a I run do real estate as well back home, and I got somebody taking care of it for me while I'm out here. Uh, Kind of got two license switched over from Missouri. I had to come in. I came in one night, came in and left out the same day, or same, yeah, came in, stayed overnight, and rode out the next afternoon. And I hadn't been home since January the 19th. I left the house the 19th, and everybody was like, "Where you been? Where you been?" And when I parked the truck out in front of the house, I guess everybody knew where I've been. And driven low boys without a CDL, but once I'm released by the hospital, hopefully by October, size by the lease or company. What's hack? While you're sitting there thinking about that, if you're going to decide lease or company, are you good at putting money back? Obviously, you got to pay your own taxes. So send me your email and let me drop this email in. Yeah. So my thing is, this message is held for review. Well, my own message is held for review. All right. So Scott, pay your taxes there, of course. So Celeste, yes. So what I did is I hired Abacus, and I went ahead and just hired them to take care of everything for me. That just basically relieves you. Well, I ain't gonna say relieves you, but gives you some relief that you know everything's been taken care of from PO the industry. That's my big thing is, yeah, I got a great CPA for my real estate, and I take over my trucking to her just because I would not feel comfortable with her knowing, the trucking industry. And for myself, I mean, like I've been done, I know about it or whatever. So going lease was a no brainer for me. But let me tell you this right here. So my very let's do this right here together. So you add it up. So you got 2,800 miles, and I think 50 cents if you have a because it may be 49 and 50. I don't know. So say it's 49 cents. So for 49 cents, running 2,800 miles, 1,372. That's before taxes. That's, before taxes and things. Because the miles means nothing when you're leased. It's about the loads. What are you bringing to the truck? So in that 2,800 miles, I brought to the truck, I think it was $3,800 is what I brought to the. I think I ended up bringing home before taxes a little over $2,000. So you're talking about $800 difference for hauling the same freight, for driving the same miles, but getting paid $800 less. That doesn't make sense to me. For somebody that, again, if you don't feel comfortable with, holding back your taxes and getting your LLC running and, saving your receipts and being, I would say, going company, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Is leaving your family, for me, leaving my family is not worth $800 a week. That's just, it's just not. I'll just be honest. If I can't, I'll just stay home, sell more real estate. I just got burned out with the real estate, and it doesn't make sense for somebody to go company in my. And so day load paid shit. It was terrible what I'm used to seeing. But when I look at it as the miles, 400 and some miles, but roads. So here's today's thing right here. I don't know if you can see here or not. $31, the weekly average cost. It varies. Really. I've only been out here a week. Once I do my ACE2 class in 4 to 6 weeks, it'll cost, because it varies so much, because I try to just keep everything with the run. So if I'm driving, 800 miles, I'm going off of crappiest fuel miles I've got. I can't remember the name of it now. There was no gas around. There was other gas stations. 589 miles and $589.31 for this load I took today, and it was less than 400 miles. It was less than 400 miles. It was 100 miles to Grayson, then it was 178 miles, and so you're talking about 589.31. 589. That's $2.32. Well, I'm sorry, $2 and $1.40. A mile. So after I kind of look at it as, man, that's a low. Do you really want to take that, Jason? That's low. But then I started looking at it and looking at the GPS and kind of seeing where everything was. It kind of put things in perspective that that's a pretty good load, because 300 miles. I've done it all in one day, obviously, and $600 a day. That's not bad money. Now you take out my fuel. So today, like for my fuel, for example, so today when I put 24 gallons of fuel in there, so 240, because I knew I could run to Grayson, because I was bobtailing, so I knew I was going to get really good gas mileage. 1042. So what I'm trying to do here, guys, is look at the receipt today of how much. So Pilot just did this new update on their app, which I love, because now, it was a really cool thing. Where's the receipts at? Profile. Right here, transactions. Out of that $589, whatever, the uh, the fuel surcharge that they allowed you was like $96. So this is where things kind of get a little bit trios that I paid $306, but it was only $240. Even with paying the $306, and remember, I'm basically out of that $589, they allotted me $96 for a fuel surcharge, and $29 of that was the trips. So that's how I engaged the death on there. But I only spent $98.76 at the on my statement. So sometimes that it doesn't cover it. In my opinion, you sometimes you're $20 or $30 higher than the fuel surcharge they allow you. When I say they allow you, just how they, if that makes any sense at all. $70,000 or $80,000 was his truck payment. Then another, I think, 60 or 70 was gas. So that's stuff that you get a write off. Like plus, what's huge too is remember that if you go company, you don't get that that daily per diem like you do if you're lease. So that's a big thing too, and I think that's $65 a day for, obviously you got to be dispatched or whatever. But $65 per day, man, that's a pretty big. That's a pretty big per diem that you get taken off at taxes as well. And if you're a company driver, you don't get that change. So that's a pretty big deal. But my thing is, man, if you're going to be out here working, not only is your health going to go to hell in a handbag, that it's, as far as a lot of your money, man, that, goes out to like dollars, I believe, at Kroger. And that'd probably last me for 2 or 3 weeks. And I can tell you, $65 per day, per diem, that's what they're telling you. Depending on how much you eat and everything and what you eat, you can go through 30 or 40 bucks a day pretty quick. So, just saying, let's just be real. Yes, absolutely. It's huge. That was something that they talked about. And there was some company drivers in that had to take the class, and they would mute this real quick. Sorry about that. I am in Kentucky, man. My allergies have been. Give me a call after your stream, bud. Kyle, did you leave your number in here, man? Did you email your number to me? Let me check out. Let me make sure I got you. I was going to slow molasses, but it looks like I did get your email, Kyle. There's a big storm rolling in here. I don't know if you can see this, guys, but let me flip this thing around here. Yeah. Got the old Surface leaned up against the whole Garmin. Worked out pretty good. I'm in Louisville right now, actually about 40 miles west. I'm literally right on the Ohio River, which is kind of weird because if you're in downtown Louisville, you can go across the bridge and be in Indiana in 5 minutes. But I'm really close to Indiana over here as well, but I'm west of Louisville. So, well, guys, I think I've been on here long enough. If I can answer any more questions, leave them in the comments. I'll get back with you. And don't forget to hit the bell. We got several thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, share it. Quicker I can get to 1,000 people, man, the better I'll be with the streaming on the phone versus this Surface, and hopefully the quality can be a little better. You guys be safe and be cool.